Hey guys, how are you? Greetings from a very snowy Indiana. It's good to see everybody. Very, very cold out there, too. Very cold. So, I just have some housekeeping before I get started. I was just reading The Farms, as one does, and apparently Karina Kaboom is very grumpy because Amberlyn Reed has blocked her from commenting on Amber's channel. And Karina's like, oh, she made a video about me. Well, she didn't. As usual, Karina was lying. She was exaggerating. I think she got one mention. I haven't watched either video. It doesn't really matter. Point is, it amazes me how there are people out there who can insult you, make content about you, monetize it, lie about you, drag you, clickbait you, steal your content, I mean, on and on and on, and then they get mad when they get blocked. Or when people go out there and they engage in all kinds of fuck shit and they get blocked and then they cry about it. I just want to make something abundantly clear. The buck stops with me when it comes to this channel. If I see somebody who's commenting or somebody who's in chat or whatever, who's up to pot stirring, fuck shit, playing both sides of the fence, running with the hare while hunting with the hounds, one of my favorite expressions, they're gone. And nobody tells me, oh, something, this person hurt my feelings. Would you please, block them? No, I don't do that. I do it based on what I think is best for the growth of this channel, the health and well-being of the community, and in some cases, not all, but in some, the safety of my family. Just because you can watch does not mean that you are given carte blanche to participate if you get up to fuck shit. But I just want to dispel this myth that anybody tells me, oh, you need to block this person or that person on my behalf. No, it's my channel. I run it as I see fit. And if I don't want you here, there's a reason. So instead of whining about it and blaming other people, maybe, take a little bit of of inventory and try to figure out why it is that I kicked you out of my community. And like I said, the buck stops with me, the end. And I learned a very, very hard lesson on my old channel, which is that if you allow people if you give people an inch, they take a mile. They walk all over you, they fuck with you, they go into other chats or they go to other communities and they stir the pot and they try to make trouble. And I don't want people like that here. There are what, 37, 38, 39 million YouTube channels. You can go elsewhere and stir that pot. It's not going to happen here. So, now that we got that out of the way, I just have a general observation based on what I've been seeing or hearing about, making the rounds. I don't think that the people, the race pimps and the race hustlers and the people who claim that they fight for good causes, who only will say, for example, take up the mantle of being opposed to anti-Semitism when it's some right-wing loon spreading conspiracy theories, but not somebody from within their own camp. I see you, all right? And I don't take you seriously. And I don't know if any of these people, for example, if you are more offended that Kanye West may have hurt the fifis of George Floyd's family than the fact that he's a raging anti-Semite and used his huge platform to go after Jews day after day after day. Same thing with Candace Owens. Same thing with now Tucker Carlson, I'm sorry to say. But if it's somebody that you identify with for whatever reason, either because you like their music or because, they're the same skin color or they are the same age, or they come from the same background or whatever, then you're a piece of shit. And if you don't call it out. And I've been watching this unfold for years. And I don't think that these people understand that while they're sitting there spurging and gnashing their teeth and raging about Donald Trump getting reelected, do you not understand that you're finger pointing and blaming and smears and canceling and all of that shit of other people? Do you not realize that it was those attitudes that brought Donald Trump back into office? And that it got so bad that even fellow POCs got sick to death of your shit and decided to pull a lever for a man that they may not have even wanted to be president. I see the gatekeeping when it comes to deciding who is and is not a person of color, who is or is not an accepted member of a certain group. And again, it was because of this kind of shit that Donald Trump is going to be taking the oath very, very soon. So those of you who are now whining and bellyaching about Donald Trump coming back into office, you helped it happen. And you guys were a big reason for why it happened. So pat yourselves on the back, because if you hadn't gotten so out of control and so out of pocket, this wouldn't have happened. I'm not saying that Kamala would have gotten elected, but we wouldn't have seen a landslide the way we did on election night. So, there's that. And I'm hoping with Facebook now changing policies, both within the company at Meta and on Facebook itself, and Amazon following suit, and all these other companies getting rid of DEI, and these companies that are moving on and realizing that their shitty fact-checking teams were incredibly biased and one-sided and alienating entire groups of people. I'm hoping that now you can continue to re into the abyss if you want, but your day is over. And I, for one, listen, I have no choice but to keep an open mind about Donald Trump. He's about to assume the presidency. I hope that he does a good job. You know that I despise him. I've made no secret of it. I was not thrilled that he was reelected, but given the alternative, I mean, talk about a choice between the measles and the mumps, right? It's just a question of how you want to be sick. But I think that some people need to take some inventory and realize that it was their excesses and their bullshit that they can't seem to let go of, whether it's on race, transgenderism, being in favor of, bloodthirsty kidnapping, terrorists, turning your back on the Jewish community, all of that factored into it. Your excessive desire for censorship, your desire to cancel people. I mean, good luck to you in your little tiny communities, but, the nation has moved on. Some of you do not live here, thank God. And you don't understand our First Amendment, and you don't understand how it works. And some of you still haven't quite grasped the concept that there is no law against hate speech in this country. It is covered by the First Amendment. And that is your problem. Okay. So I've got some catching up. These are odds and ends. So I thought, I went through the list of movies that were nominated for a Golden Globe. And I thought, I'm going to catch up and watch some of these movies, the ones that I can actually get access to. I don't want to watch that Emilia Perez movie. It sounds horrible, and I'm not going to watch it. The Brutalist is still not in theaters anywhere near me, and it's great that all the critics saw it and loved it, but I don't know. I will not go to the theater to see a movie that's over 3 hours long. That is out of the question. I don't care how great Adrian Brody is. But the thing that I've noticed about The Brutalist is the plot sounds eerily familiar to The Fountainhead. It sounds exactly like The Fountainhead, as a matter of fact. And I read The Fountainhead in college, and that was back when I worshipped Ayn Rand, and I loved, not Atlas Shrugged and that, but I loved The Fountainhead. I read it so many times that the covers fell off. And as I got older, I realized that Ayn Rand is a terrible writer, but okay. But it sounds like The Fountainhead. So, I mean, I'll watch it when it's available on streaming, but not in the theater. And also, I hate brutalist architecture, but that's just my thing. So I thought, okay, I am going to watch Anora because Anora is one of those movies that is getting a lot of hype and a lot of praise, and the critics all loved it. And I thought, okay, fine, so I'll watch it. So I rented it. And Anora is terrific. It is really, really good. And it deals with a girl who is a sex worker. She's a stripper and a prostitute in New York, in Brooklyn. And one night, a wealthy Russian, a young, handsome, wealthy Russian, comes into the strip joint. The manager goes up to Anora, or Annie, as she is called, and he says to her, I know that you speak Russian, and we just got this Russian in, and basically he's a whale, and we need somebody to look after him. And so Annie becomes his girl of the evening, and then he pays her for outcall, and then eventually he says he'll pay her to spend a week with him, and he offers her, a decent amount of money to spend time with him, and they go to Las Vegas. They have a whirlwind week together, and towards the end of the week, he asks her to marry him. She says yes, and they get married in Las Vegas. So it starts off with a pretty woman conceit, the super wealthy, young, handsome Russian who is the son of an oligarch living in the lap of luxury, who marries this sex worker. But then it takes a turn, and it's almost like the director of the movie switches places, and Guy Ritchie slips into his place. The Guy Ritchie of Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch and movies like that, the heist movies. And it turns into this like hilarious sort of comedy because the boy's parents in Russia discover what he's done, and they're not happy about it. And so they send the boy's godfather and a couple of Russian goons to go and, break up the marriage. The kid, who is basically a spoiled, entitled brat, takes off running and disappears. And so they spend the rest of the movie looking for him, trying to track him down and get the marriage annulled. So it's a great original story, which is a refreshing change from some of these other movies. And the Mikey Madison, who plays the lead in the movie, is brilliant. She's a terrific actress. I've never seen her before. I've never seen any of these actors in this movie before. And I always love seeing little independent movies like this that have totally unknown or relatively unknown casts. It's wonderful, and if you get a chance to watch it, do watch it because it's well written, it's beautifully acted, it's funny, it's tragic, it's a great story. So that was Anora. Okay. I don't think that I would hype it up to the level that these other critics are hyping it up to, but it's a good watch, and I do recommend it. So I went down kind of a rabbit hole, and I have a question for everybody. There's something that I'm not understanding about, America. Something about America is puzzling me, and I'm not quite getting it. So, hey, Amber. So, Karsten sent me this adorable, and this is not about America specifically, it's just in general, it's a generational question. So he sent me this adorable video that was uploaded by a very handsome heterosexual Australian man who was reacting to Wicked. And the thing that surprised me, see, I loved Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I do not remember her in that movie, but I don't remember a lot of the movie. It is really the only Tarantino movie that I've actually liked from beginning to end. But I watched it on a plane, so I wasn't completely focused on it, But it was excellent, and I loved it. And so now I have to rewatch it now that I know that. Thank you, Rachel. And And the guy, halfway through the review, admitted that he's never seen The Wizard of Oz. Now, one of the reasons that I love musicals so much is because I was raised on them. You know, my parents loved musicals. And it was partly because musicals were very popular when they emigrated to the United States. And they felt that being a fan of musicals and Westerns was a way to prove that they were real Americans, that they were assimilating into the United States. And so when I was growing up, we always had musicals playing in the house, the soundtracks, the movies. So I grew up on musicals. And I grew up on the classics also. And the thing that amazes me is that this Australian guy was saying he'd never seen The Wizard of Oz. And I don't understand how you can is it just that parents don't watch movies with their kids anymore? Is it that parents don't have a list of movies that their kids should see, or that the family should sit down and there's no family time anymore, apparently. So how is it? Because this guy he looked like he was a millennial to me. How does that happen? How do you even grow up? And I've seen American critics do this too. They're like, oh, I didn't even know that this was based on The Wizard of Oz, or that this was an alternative telling of that story. And I've never seen The Wizard of Oz. How do you grow up in the United States of America and not see The Wizard of Oz? How do you even avoid it? It's like at Christmas, avoiding It's a Wonderful Life. How do you do that? It's almost like you have to make an effort. So that is amazing, Matilda. That is amazing. I don't get it. Although if your partner is a straight man, then he can be forgiven for not seeing The Sound of Music because, straight men. That's straight man stuff. So because I fell down this rabbit hole, okay, this obsessive Cynthia Erivo rabbit hole. I've been obsessed with Cynthia Erivo now for weeks. It's getting worrying. And I have been going through playlists of her singing Don't Rain on My Parade, Edelweiss, Broadway standard, show tunes, pop songs. I've just been so engrossed with Cynthia Erivo, and I thought, wow, I wonder if she ever sang Memory from Cats. I couldn't find it. Maybe I didn't look hard enough. So while searching for Memory, I stumbled upon Jennifer Hudson's performance of Memory in the Cats movie. And I think it's because I've been listening to Cynthia Erivo for weeks that I was kind of looking forward to seeing what Jennifer Hudson did with it. I heard her shrieking her way through it in the trailer, but I thought, well, maybe that's an unfair excerpt. Maybe she did a really good job. And I knew that the movie was bad. And when I was reading reviews that basically Jennifer Hudson saved the movie from being a complete disaster, I thought, okay, well, let me check it out. It is probably the worst version of Memory I have ever heard. Parts of it are off key. She's too young to play that character in the musical. If they had had Judi Dench play that role, it would have been better with a voice track over it. And I could not believe how literally tone deaf her interpretation of Memory was. It was incredible. It's like defying gravity. It's the showstopper. That's the thing. That's where everybody cries and, everybody gets into it's the climax of Cats. That's what everybody wants to hear. They don't care about Rum Tum, whatever. They don't care about those other characters. They care about Memory. And I could not believe how badly she performed Memory. And it was so out of character for her. So anyway, I think that also it was just a bad time because, having listened to so much Cynthia Erivo, that the comparison was really unfortunate. So that's my opinion, and I will not be watching Cats, which is a musical, and I will freely admit I've never seen Cats on the stage. I don't know why. There was a period in the 1970s where you couldn't turn on a TV without seeing an ad um, for what was happening on Broadway, whether it was Cats, Sweeney Todd, Starlight Express, all these musicals that were taking place or that were being performed on Broadway. Into the Woods, Broadway would always advertise plays in DC to get people to go up and see the shows. And I never saw Cats. And I wanted to see the movie, and then I read the reviews, and who the hell wants to see James Corden in a skin-tight cat outfit? Not me. Okay, rest assured. Oh, and Annie, tell you. Annie, of course, Annie. And a chorus line, and musicals like that. So I was really shocked. It is the only time that I've ever seen Jennifer Hudson make a misstep. And I was startled that it was like the final cut and that people were like, oh, it was so great. No, it wasn't. It was awful. It's the worst version of Memory that I have ever heard. And trust me, if I ever find an example of Cynthia Erivo fucking up, I will let you know, but I have yet to run into one. Grisabella, there you go. Grisabella is the character. And Grisabella, the character of Grisabella is supposed to be an old cat, and she's looking back on her life. And Jennifer Hudson, like I said, is just too young. The CGI was horrible. The costumes were weird. Everything was like Uncanny Valley. It was not a good look. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rachel. You always have such good recommendations. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so today we're going to go back to Priscilla P. because reasons. I was trying to get AI to make a thumbnail for me the way I did yesterday. And I don't think that AI and I were communicating properly because I was saying old, unattractive, Priscilla Presley impersonator, ugly fake eyelashes. I mean, I entered all the key terms, and it kept on spitting up these like beautiful renderings of Priscilla Presley as an older woman, with the bouffant hair. And I thought, no, why aren't you listening to me? I put in all the terms and you're not paying attention. So anyway, I had to resort to one of my crappy low effort thumbnails again. So I'm going to bring up this video because why not? And again, we've got themes. We got themes on this channel, and the themes will be addressed. So what a lovely, unflattering shot of Alexandra Rodriguez to start with. I think that over the past couple of weeks, I have watched more Alexandra Rodriguez content than I have in my entire life. So, listen, Artem, yeah, AI did a great, great job with the Keeping It Cute thumbnail. Really. And I guess she's going to go live later. She's really feeling herself. She's so proud of her for all those troll subs in her chat. And I wonder how many of them are going to become troll buddies going forward. All right, let's go.
Hello, my lovelies. I'm back. I have missed you guys. Yes, I had to take a little bit of time off. I was just really pooped. But
were you?
In the sense where I actually mean it, because I actually worked during Christmas, unlike this heifer in front of me. I hope you guys had a great Christmas, and I also worked in between New Year and Christmas, so
I've got to speed this woman up.
My mind at rest, at ease, and I can vlog again. So it's nice to be back. Thank you so much for being patient with me. Okay, let's get straight into this. Ugh, her face. This heifer, what a freaking face. How can you come on video like this for millions to see? Well, maybe not millions, giving a bit too much credit there. Thousands to see, looking like this.
Ma'am, I have seen pictures of you on that Reddit, that subreddit. And I think that it's a very wise decision for you to avoid going on camera. See, this always cracks me up. When creators refuse to go on camera, we know what they look like. They won't go on camera, and then they go on camera and criticize somebody else's appearance when we know what they look like. Do I have to bring up those pictures of you again to humble you a little bit, to knock you down a few pegs? I may have to do that. I'll think about it.
Seriously. My God, pride is just not in her vocabulary. All right, let's see what she's going to whinge about today. About how sick she is.
2025, man, we're old.
I'll go and get stuffed. 2025, man, we're
2
old.
seconds in.
Go and get stuffed, you stupid bitch. You feel old because you're the size of a fucking land whale. That's why you feel old. Look at you. You're fucking in your prime of your life is where you should be at the moment. I'm 50. I'll be 51 on...
Oh, 51.
what are we today? On the 11th of January. I'll be 51, and I never complain that I feel old like that. Never. Fucking, it's because of your weight. Maybe if I was at the weight,
Ma'am, your Gen X card is revoked along with keeping it cute. You are a complete embarrassment to Gen X. This is not how we were raised, madam. This is not what Gen X is supposed to be about. You are a complete embarrassment to our generation. Not to mention the fact that you have styled yourself in the mold of Priscilla Presley, whom you will never be. Priscilla Presley, at her peak, was one of the most beautiful women in the world. And your claim to fame is that you run a fan club for an Elvis impersonator, which is one of the cringiest bits of shit I have ever seen. It's pretty bad. Unless you're doing it ironically, which I suspect you're not. But let's continue.
I would say that I did. But I don't feel freaking old. She feels old because she's the weight. She's carrying all that much weight. That's why she feels old. She makes out like to everyone that she's... How old is she? I don't even fucking know what she turned. 30-something. I don't care. There's a 3 in front of her. She shouldn't be feeling as old as what she feels now. Fucking 2 seconds in and I've stopped it. 2 seconds in and I stopped her. Stupid land whale.
2025.
Well, keep eating the way...
I see that a number of people in chat are saying that she's lying about her age. I'm hoping that she's shaved a good decade off her age, because that means she's a boomer and we can't claim her. You know, she can go embarrass the boomers then. But if she is in fact in her 50s, then she is Gen X, and I am absolutely appalled by this behavior.
You're eating, and you will. And you won't live to be any longer. Keep going. Keep going. Look at your head. Look at your neck, for the love of Christ. Oh, jeez.
Oh, we are going to have to pull up that Reddit, aren't we?
And oh, gosh. Gosh. Just look at her.
From the 1900s.
You'll be lucky. You'll be lucky if you see next year. You'll be lucky. I'm not wishing any bad on her. I never wish that on anyone, ill health like that on anybody.
Yeah, you do.
She's doing it to herself. She can't look in the mirror and see what she looks like. If she's feeling very, very tired like this and thinks she's old at 30, I don't even know what she fucking turned. 30, whatever. Seriously, I don't pay that much attention. I know I've vlogged to her all the time, but I really don't pay that much attention to details like that. She'll be lucky if she sees next year, and she should get down on her non-existent knees and thank God that she's turned another year older.
Okay.
Guys, I have not vlogged in a couple days. I've been sick, and I miss vlogging. After a whole...
Okay, hang
Miss the
on.
money. That's what you mean.
Hang on. We need to do a reality check. We need to do a reality check. First of all, let me bring up a picture of... There's our friend. There's keeping it cute without filters. You see? This is her without the makeup, without the filters, and without the lighting. That's what she looks like in real life. This woman is in her 40s. I think. All right. Let me keep going. Where are those really ghastly, unflattering pictures of Priscilla P? I know they're here somewhere. Hang on. Okay, so here she is with an Elvis impersonator, wearing a fucking muumuu. Okay, there's that. There she is, bright orange in a muumuu, standing next to an Elvis impersonator because that's, that's goals right there. Where are those awful pictures? Oh, this is one of my favorites. I used this in a thumbnail, and I think that it really tells the story. All right, so here she is in a hospital bed wearing those hideous tarantula lashes, those Trixie Mattel lashes. But yeah, by all means, let's talk about Alex's appearance. All right, so let's see, what else do we have? I know there's more up here. Where did I get this picture that I used in my thumbnail? I know it's here someplace. Hang on. You guys talk amongst yourselves while I hunt and peck. Because I have to say that, I mean, these lashes, though, I absolutely despise gigantic. Oh, here's a good one. All right, so let's look at this. All right, are we really sure? Are we really sure that we need to be judging? Are we really, really sure about that? What is going on with that face? And I suspect she's gotten the microblading on the eyebrows, which is horrendously aging. After I finished chemo and I'd lost my eyebrows and my eyelashes had fallen out, and I gave serious consideration to doing microblading just in case I ever got cancer again, so at least I would have eyebrows that I wouldn't have to draw in. But I think microblading, unless it's done very, very subtly by somebody who's very, very good at it, looks horrendous. Most people who get it done look just ghastly. So no, I will be skipping that. Thank you very much. It's very, very harsh looking. And I don't think it looks good on her. Sorry. I mean, isn't that what we're here to do? Aren't we here to critique people's appearances? Okay. Let's see. I mean, we've got, the lashes, we've got the teeth, we've got the whole thing. All right, but I think that you guys get the point. If you just look at my thumbnail, you'll see what I'm talking about. And it's really funny because she was going on and on about this trip that Alexandra took to Chicago and how apparently at the time she had a collaboration with Savage X Fenty, and saying that, nothing she wears fits, and pointing out, back rolls and the bra and everything else and all of that. And you look at the picture of her in my thumbnail, Priscilla, you, madam, should not be wearing such skin-tight dresses. Okay, you've got the loose skin. I can see your pubic. You've got the belly bulge. And the next time that you take a mirror pic, maybe don't include the hoard that is behind you in the picture. But she wants to critique housekeeping, the way Alex's clothes fit, the whole nine. I mean, talk about being completely out of touch with how it is that you come across.
I don't think she misses vlogging because she always complains about missing vlogging. Sorry, she always complains about vlogging herself and that she was tired and that she was pooped from it. Remember how tired she was from doing the Christmas vlogging? Because it's so hard to shop. It's so hard to constantly go out and eat. Such a fucking hard life. Poor me.
Month of Vlogmas, almost. I took the last couple of days off because I felt this sickness coming on every day.
Maybe if you didn't touch everything in the store and wipe your fucking nose and your eyes all the time, you wouldn't get that sickness. Maybe. Could it be that your immune system's down because you're the size of a bison? You ever thought of that?
That could be one reason. Size of a bison. Okay. Did I remind you guys that the excuse that was given to me by one of these hags for starting these channels is that they want to keep her accountable because she lies so much, that they were kind of like the community notes, let's say, of the Alexandra Rodriguez community. And this is what it's come to. It could be that she's big. It could be that there's a bug going around. You never know, but we'll keep all options open.
Or maybe purely that it's winter there. You're not dying. You're just sick, Alex. So say thank God again for your existence, because every morning that you wake up, you should be thanking God.
Day has just been like a little bit worse and a little bit worse.
Thanking whoever you want to thank.
Anderson's in his little bouncer right here, if you hear him, because he's making lots of sounds these days. Yes. And then all of a sudden, I put on Good Morning America, and I'm like, oh my God, tomorrow is New Year's Eve. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve.
Oh, please. Why does she think this is good when she does this? Why does she think it's cute? You're not cute, Alex. You're so not cute.
I know. You know, it's like already just that crazy time between Christmas and New Year's where you don't know what day it is. Then add being sick on top of it where you're just on the...
Go fuck yourself. How about the people that are really sick? How about the people who have to go to dialysis, have to go to chemotherapy, have to go to whatever because they're really sick? Count your blessings. You just had the flu.
You know what's funny, Priscilla? Come on, lean in. I've got to tell you something. I have a secret. I have a secret for all of you. I have a secret for you, for the Crypt Keeper, for Nella, for the other one, Country Tree Shade, whatever. Okay, don't tell anybody I told you this. This is just going to be between you and me. Did you know that all those illnesses that you mentioned are being monetized and used as fodder in Girl World? Did you know that? Did you know that if somebody, a content creator or a viewer or somebody that they don't like, comes down with cancer or is dealing with the health effects, the residual impact of cancer and the health effects that they're left with, or they have a parent with dementia, or they are going through a terrible health crisis, and other creators and people in the audience don't like them, did you know that you can monetize all of those terrible illnesses? Did you know that you can monetize abusing somebody for being born with curvature of the spine? Did you know that you can abuse somebody for having degenerative arthritis? Did you know that you can abuse somebody for their mental illness? Imagine the possibilities, Priscilla. If you were to make the leap into Girl World and be accepted into these communities, imagine all the topics of conversation that you could pick to bully, harass, dogpile, and abuse total strangers on the internet and make money while doing it. And then, as you're doing it, you can sit on a high horse and tell people that you're better than the people that you're insulting. Isn't that amazing? Ka-ching, girl. Yep. Imagine how much money you could make going after people with cancer or scoliosis or mental illness or autism. Imagine. The world would be your oyster until it all caught up with you, until people opened their eyes and realized that you were a piece of shit. And that not only were you no better than the people that you were criticizing, but that you're actually worse. But you can make a little bit of money in the meantime. So give it some thought. Give it some thought, because I think that by focusing exclusively on a fat woman, you're missing out on all kinds of financial possibilities.
You're not dying.
The couch, not doing anything. And the first day I felt it coming on, that was when I did my little...
I'm not saying, we all do that sometimes when we're poor me, when we're sick. Poor me, and oh God, I feel so lousy and shit today. We always say that. That's normal. This fucking bitch here doesn't appreciate anything.
Video.
She makes out literally that she's dying. There you go. She just touched her nose again.
No, she just has a cold.
She's sick. She's dribbly. She's touched her nose. She's not going to clean her hands, and she's going to go and put her hands all over that baby.
Of the gifts, Christmas gifts.
There you go. She put her hand on her nose, and then she goes and wipes her whole fucking face. You're a filthy pig, Alex.
Oh.
That's what you are. You are a filthy pig.
Okay.
Next day, it was a little bit worse.
Okay, God forbid that a woman be sick in her own home, sitting on her own sofa, but whatever. Do you realize, Priscilla, does Priscilla have children, or is she another one of these bitter, angry women who couldn't have children and decides to take out all of her hostility on a woman, a fat woman who married a handsome man and managed to push out a healthy baby? Is she, oh, she doesn't have children. Okay, great. All right, so of course, she brings her expertise in parenting to this conversation. I really appreciate that. All right, why am I seeing a pattern? Either women who have completely destroyed their own children's lives or women who don't have children are on here telling people how to be a parent. This is why I always turn to people in my chat, both moms and dads who have raised babies, because I haven't. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But even with my incredible level of ignorance when it comes to infants, even I know that parents get ill and that they expose their children to bacteria, to viruses, and that kind of thing. Isn't that amazing? Okay. Yeah. Hey, vultures. Yeah, Alex vlogs her life being sick as part of her life. Exactly. Is it my kind of content? No. But does it warrant this level of vitriol? No.
A little bit worse. A little bit worse. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's how usually it works. You get worse before you get better.
Actually, this is the funny thing. Negs talks about building immunity. When Slumdog Millionaire came out, I mean, I had already worked in a language service that covered Pakistan and South Asia, but exclusively Pakistan. And we were right next to what was then the Hindi service. And there was a lot of interest in the South Asia division over Slumdog Millionaire. And so it opened up a conversation about living in a slum. And there's a very famous slum also in Nairobi I believe it's called Kibera, and it's called the friendliest slum in the world. And you can go to this slum as a tourist. And the people who live in the slum make things, they make little trinkets that they sell to tourists and that kind of stuff. And you see the kids in India, and they're playing in actual piles of garbage. And they're interacting with like unvaccinated dogs. And they are swimming in filthy water holes. And I mean, the Ganges River is disgusting, and people go in there and they immerse themselves for religious purposes and all of that. You see children around the world who grow up in less than sanitary conditions. Let's put it that way. They grow up in places where there's no running water. They grow up in places where they're surrounded by wild animals, or if they live in a megacity like Karachi or Lagos or someplace like that, they are constantly being exposed, and their immune systems are probably like like wearing a coat of armor. It's amazing how kids can be exposed to that level of lack of sanitation, danger, and they somehow manage to rub along until adulthood, if they're lucky. If they don't get killed in some horrible way or something, or if they don't get, if something terrible doesn't happen to them. But it's true. That doesn't mean that you go and throw your kid. Thank you, my darling. Thank you for gifting 5 memberships. I appreciate it. Thank you, my love. And exactly, this is exactly correct. This is exactly correct. If you never took the baby out, they'd have something to say about that too. Exactly. And there you go. There you go. Enjoy your memberships, guys. Thank you, Negs. Thank you, my love. I mean, come on. I'm old enough to remember the days when kids didn't get vaccinated for every disease under the sun, and there would be one kid in the class who got the chicken pox, and then one by one, all the other kids would get it. I got it. I sat around for 2 weeks scratching myself silly and putting calamine lotion on my skin. It happens. Kids get sick. I don't think that Alex carries the bubonic plague. All right. I think that the baby is going to be fine.
Just like a minor cold. Now it's just like, I just feel horrible.
And you look horrible. But you always look horrible. Look at that chin. Look at the jowls.
Only like so many
And she wonders why she feels old.
days over.
Do you think that she'll cover her mouth? You ignorant bitch. You are such an ignorant cow.
Riding on the couch I could do before I'm gonna like lose my mind.
You ride on the couch all the time. It's just that you enjoy it. Now that you're sick, you're not enjoying staying on the couch.
So I'm like, I'm gonna do a sick vlog. I'm gonna do a sick vlog today because I
Oh
can't.
my God. Speed her up. What the fuck am I thinking? Speed her up.
Can't help myself. You guys are gonna keep me accountable for staying hydrated today. So
Oh, get fucked. Keep you accountable.
Oh my God.
here's my little stick haul. Lily had told me about this immune support.
By the way, I was going to cover this bitch's critique of Alex's trip to Chicago. This is the other trick that these bitches pull. When they run out of current content to rake over the coals and use to abuse the content creator, then they do retro reacts. This is a wonderful way to steal people's content and smear them and come after them. And Alex and some friends took a trip to Chicago, and Priscilla had a lot to say about it. And the reason, and I'm not joking about this, I'm being very serious, the reason that I didn't review it today, I watched the entire video, and I wasn't even listening to that bitch, Babylon. I was watching Alex's vlog, and every single food item that she and her friends ordered was so good. I was getting famished watching that vlog because, you know, if you've ever been to Chicago, it's one of the best cities in the United States. It's one of my favorite cities to visit. If you're a foodie, it's a must visit. The food is incredible in Chicago. And I was watching them eat deep dish pizza and this incredible brunch and these beautiful dinners and these gorgeous cocktails. And I was like, so I didn't want to review it because I knew that I would get hungry. I was going to get very peckish as I watched it because, oh my God, did that food look good. Ugh, delish.
Support from Beekeepers Natural, and you spray it in your throat. 4 sprays. It's very
Sprayed it in your on your tongue, you dumb cow. You meant to spray it right at the back of your throat.
strong. I don't love how it tastes. I got it at Whole Foods. Hopefully it's doing something. I have Yar taking it too, so he doesn't get sick. And then from the moment that I felt the sickness coming,
Moth Girl, what do you guys call it again? I always forget the term. Is it bogan? Bogan, or it's bogan. It's not brogan, is it? But bogan is what you're referring to, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, let's continue.
coming on, he got me these Zicam Rapid Milk.
Bogan,
I
yeah.
remember a long time ago.
You need to change your diet. You won't need them. If you change your diet, you heifer. Oh God, I can't. It's been so.
Do you know how I first learned about bogans? I didn't know what bogans were. And I got into this phase where I was really, really, really into those border patrol shows. Like not the border, no, that's not it. It was customs. It's people flying into countries and bringing stuff in, and the stuff that gets confiscated by customs. And you guys know, if you don't know about Australia, Australia has tremendous restrictions about what you can bring into the country in terms of food and weapons and that kind of thing, because it's an island, you know, and they don't want you bringing certain types of plants, seeds, food. Meat is a big no-no. Like, I'm always seeing people getting their like cold cuts and salami and stuff like that seized and taken. And it's hilarious when you see people coming in with like boxes and boxes of food, like they're going, you know, to hike in the middle of the Sahara Desert and they're going to run out of food. It's Australia. I think that you'll manage to find something to eat. And a guy came in, very surfer looking guy, and he had been in, I don't know, Bali or something. And he bought this enormous machete, this knife, and he was trying to negotiate with the customs guy. And this guy's like, you can't bring this in. This is a prohibited item. And I was looking at the comments and they're like, oh my God, he's such a bogan. That's such a bogan thing to do. And what a bogan move. And I didn't know what a bogan was, so I had to look it up. So anyway, so that's how I learned what a bogan was.
So nice without her, guys. It's been so nice without hearing her or seeing her. And I can't remember the last time I've been on her Instagram. Would have been the last time I've logged on here on her Instagram. That's the last time I looked at it.
I didn't have the nasal swab ones because I'd taken those a long time ago, and I swear it shortened me getting sick. A classic, a staple. And last but not least, we're going to do a shot, an immune refresher, pomegranate elderberry. It's going to be horrible. Honestly, pomegranate elderberry doesn't sound like nearly as bad.
The only time she decides to think about her health is when she's sick.
It's like
She thinks she's healthy the rest of the time.
turmeric cayenne or something. So let's see. Ugh. Ugh,
Oh,
yuck.
don't stick your tongue out,
Ugh.
please. No one wants to see that.
One
Oh,
eternity
God, no.
later.
Just me and Bruno snuggling on the couch. Bruno, you look so big from that angle.
And you look small. Bruno looks big. Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
You know, that's the other thing. If you look at what, if you get curious and you want to see what people try to smuggle in or what they try to bring in because they don't know any better, you know, people bringing in like entire carcasses of dead animals in their suitcases, you know, bushmeat. It's just unbelievable. Like, how do you not know that you can't bring in like an entire goat or a huge or like a monkey, a dead monkey, or you know something like that into another country? I mean, how does it get through the scan at the originating airport? You know, and then the people who smuggle animals are just the worst. Live animals. They're the absolute worst. I despise them, and I want them to go to jail forever.
Yes, Bruno looks big. Miss Mini Me here thinks that she's fucking tiny.
It's your girl, just checking back in. Hey guys. No, literally, when I
It's so funny. I don't get it. What is so funny? That you're filming because you're sick? You think that's funny? You look fucking horrendous.
tell you that we have done nothing today, we have done nothing today.
As opposed to what? As opposed to what? You never do anything. You never do anything. All you do is shop and eat. What else do you do?
Well, that's something. Shopping and eating or something. She takes care of a baby. That's something. She hangs out with her family. That's something. She decorates her house. That's something. But she does nothing all day. All right. She sits around eating bonbons all day while everybody tends to her. Okay, got it.
You don't contribute to life. The only thing you contribute is to consumerism.
Every time Anderson napped, I napped. I have slept
Oh,
so
surprise there. She's trying to surprise us. She thinks this is a surprise. How many times have I stopped it, guys? We're 2:49 minutes in.
much today. Anderson still sleeps a lot. I have slept so
And so do you. And so do you. Babies are meant to sleep because they're growing. Heifers like you just sleep because you're fat.
much. 'Cause I'm just
Oh my God. I cannot believe that she resisted the temptation to accuse Alex of drugging the baby. Isn't that a popular talking point in this community that she slips the baby Benadryl to sleep all the time? And this one is actually saying, oh yeah, babies sleep a lot. Well, yeah, they fucking do. Why don't you tell your audience that? Or why don't you clarify that to some of the weirdos in that Alexandra Rodriguez thread on Reddit? Or why don't you tell, your fellow content creators? I did notice that the big three, Nella, the country shade tree lady, and Priscilla, don't really warm to keeping it cute. Priscilla did one reaction, I think, or maybe a couple, to the keeping it cute woman, but otherwise she's not allowed to sit at their table. And I find that very funny that they all think that they're better than she is when they're all exactly the same.
trying to get better.
And even Foodie Beauty doesn't sleep as much as her. My God. And Foodie Beauty is a lot bigger than her.
Just drink water and just drink and drink and drink and pee and pee and pee and sleep and sleep and sleep. But I did watch some fun stuff today. I'm finally catching up. Oh, are you leaving? First 2 episodes, but that it just has like, and then it's just like really during Vlogmas at least a few more days. That one I'm like just so sick of sitting here for the last few days. But I know
I'm sick of your face and sick of you hearing you complain in this vlog already. Be grateful. It's just a cold. You're not dying. I'll say it again.
I can't do anything yet because like when I stand up and like do anything really, I like start to get a little bit like dizzy and out of it. So thankfully Yar hasn't caught it and he's been like really running the show here. So I'm super.
Yaman always runs the show.
Does he?
You never run the show. You're a lazy heifer. We all know that. Yaman does everything. We all know that. Stop kidding. Who are you kidding, Alex? I know you're only kidding your stupid stands that will fucking believe you. Yaman does everything, including look after the baby.
We're grateful for him, but like I just feel very out of it when I try to like do anything because trust me.
You see, and this is exactly what people do in girl world. It's exactly the same thing. If they don't see evidence of you doing something nonstop or doing something at all on camera, then they assume it doesn't happen at all, right? So if they don't see you doing whatever, if they don't see you pushing a vacuum cleaner around your house and cleaning the molding with a toothbrush, then they assume that you're a slob and that you don't clean your house ever. And most of these women live in hoarded out shitholes, but that's a whole other story. So if there's no evidence that you do something, that means it never happens, and it means then that they can take that vacuum and they can fill it with whatever conspiracy theories, lies, and horseshit they come up with. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
I wouldn't trust you with anything. I don't trust anything you say. It is what time now? 8:20 in the morning. The sun is blaring outside. It's going to be a beautiful warm day today. The sun is blaring. If she came here and told me the sun's out, I wouldn't believe her.
He wants to just power through and like take down the Christmas stuff, but I think I would literally like faint. So I am not gonna do that. Gonna wait. But yeah, we'll see in a couple of days. I don't know if it'll
Fuck me. How much weight does she put on?
be in this vlog per se, but maybe the next one. I felt very validated because I saw so many reels of people saying like their Christmas tree like used to be so cozy and magical, and the day after Christmas it gave them the ick and they just wanted to take it down. I surprisingly don't feel that way this year. I don't know if it's just because I'm sick. I don't really care.
Pull the straps up for dear life. They're holding on to for dear life. Pull them up. There's nothing to keep them up. You have no bones there to keep them up. It's just fat. They'll just get rolling down.
Oh boy.
About taking down the Christmas, but I just want to clean my house. I just want to like purge
Sure you do. I'm sure you do.
and clean. I guess like I do kind of want to take the Christmas stuff down because like the chair situation over here. Sorry, the screensaver just came on the TV. Like the chair situation over here is just like an absolute mess.
That's
and like I just want to move that back over. I haven't put.
Okay, so that chair had one dog toy on it, and that's a mess. That's a mess. Wow. Okay. God bless you if that's what you consider to be a mess.
Our Christmas stuff.
She wants her house to look hallmarky again.
And?
God forbid a chair's in the way. God forbid a chair's moved and doesn't suit her aesthetic.
Like the gifts and all
She
that.
seriously needs fucking issues. She's got issues and she seriously needs some problems. Does anyone want to give her your problems? Let's all give her our problems so she knows what a real fucking problem is.
Oh, I know what your problem is. I know what your problem is. We all know what your problem is. You make it abundantly clear in every single video that you upload. You and your buddies. We know what your problems are. We've already identified them. You are bitter and angry and resentful. This woman has a life that you feel you deserve and you don't have, and you think that it's unfair that she has something that you don't, or that she can do things that you can't, or that she can afford to do things that you can't. And so, because you feel inadequate and second best, you vent all your bile onto this stranger on the internet, and you have an audience that is equally bitter, broke, unhappy, maybe unhappily married, maybe, trying to make ends meet. And watching this woman shop drives you absolutely fucking crazy. I mean, look, if she's got a shopping problem, then that's going to be her problem to contend with. And I did see a list on the subreddit of some very, very good suggestions that one person had about how Alex can tone down some of this vitriol and anger. And all of the ideas were very, very good, as a matter of fact. Among them were maybe instead of just showing a haul as soon as it arrives and realizing that the clothes don't fit and returning them, why don't you just show the clothes after you've already verified that they fit properly and that they meet your specifications and that kind of thing. Tone down the showing yourself drinking so many sweet things on camera or eating so many snacks and cakes and all that. And all of that makes sense if you're a logical person. If you're not a mentally ill, angry person, all of those things absolutely make sense, and they would be helpful. Okay, but to these insane, deranged, angry, bitter, jealous women, nothing will make a difference. Nothing. So she might as well keep on keeping on and doing whatever it is she's doing, because nothing will make these women happy. Alex will never get a W as long as these women are content creators.
Yeah, it's kind of a mess. I'm kind of ready to just like declutter. That's the only thing with Christmas stuff. It's so cozy and magical.
You clutter it. You are the bitch that clutters everything. You are the bitch. Now, I have not seen, and I can just imagine when I said that word, I can imagine Tara and Nella saying the same thing. I haven't even watched Tara and Nella's uploads. I haven't had a chance. I really haven't had a chance, and I wanted to off from her face. So I really wasn't interested in watching Tara and Nella's because I didn't want to see her face. Of course, now I will, because I always support them. Now I will go and watch their videos, but I didn't want to see her face. I really didn't. I was having a great time. Don't tell me you're talking about fucking clutter when you're the one that didn't leave anything in the stores because you bought everything.
Okay, so if you are that triggered, If you're that triggered by watching this woman, if it's really that awful for you, if you really can't stand it, why the fuck are you watching it? Why are you doing it? Watch something else. Watch someone else. Watch something you enjoy. You know? I mean, I watch this garbage content because I'm trying to make a point. I actually am trying to make a point, and I think that my point is sunk in with a lot of people. I think people are picking up on this this issue of dehumanization in these communities, and I think that people are starting to wake up and see that the behavior. Hey, Elsie. Oh, it is. Good Lord. Well, thank you for the thanks for the dono, Elsie. I really appreciate it. New Zealand is stricter than Aussie. Wow. Because Australia, man, I'm telling you, when I watch those shows, all I was thinking was if I ever travel to Australia, I'm going with like 2 changes of clothes, a toothbrush, and some toiletries. That's all I'm taking into the country because apparently you're not allowed to take anything into Australia. But I am confident that if I ever went to Australia and New Zealand, I would not have a problem finding something to eat. So no need to take enormous quantities of food or anything else into the country.
And you want to talk about clutter? Now it looks like clutter to you? Because you have to remove it?
But it is like kind of cluttery, you know?
No shit. When people tell you that, you get your stance to attack everyone and say, well, it's her money. She can buy what she wants.
It is.
And you think that that's not constructive criticism when people tell you, don't buy so much, Alex. You don't need so much. You get offended. And now you turn around and say that it's clutter.
It was nice to just like refresh for January. So, but, you know, being sick and just chilling, like I am kind of, you know, starting reflections of this year and just
go and fuck yourself. Go and fuck yourself because no one else will.
You know, having a grateful heart going into the next year and thinking about goals. Ooh, that is my timer for more Dayquil, but it's 8:15. So it is almost time for a NyQuil. So I'm going to hold off and go to bed in like an hour. Yeah, it's like I don't really do resolutions anymore, but just like reflection, think about some goals.
Because you can never keep your resolutions. That's why. That's why you don't do them. You can never keep anything you say. That fucking butthole mouth. Look at it.
Goals.
Wow.
Like,
okay.
I really despise her. Really, really despise her. And I'm probably coming back with a vengeance because I've got so much in me because I haven't seen her for a while.
Also seeing all these funny videos about like my 2025 rebrand. And it's just fun to like feel like there's a fresh start, a fresh, clean start. That's like the beautiful thing of a new year. And
how about you dedicate you some time to the gym this year? Yeah? And zip in your mouth a bit. Try that one?
You don't want a fresh new start and you're chilling.
And just to be absolutely clear, I see what people are saying in chat. I do not blame Australia and New Zealand for being very, very strict about what can be brought into the country. I don't. You never know what could cause a massive outbreak of illness with livestock. You never know. Some idiot brings in seeds and plants something, or the seed falls out of a bag and something grows and it wrecks the whole ecosystem. I mean, there was a terrible problem in Maryland because a Chinese guy brought in a fish. He bought a fish. There's a certain type of fish that is considered medicinal with traditional Chinese medicine. But it's also the kind of fish that's an apex predator. And the guy had the fish. I don't know why he didn't eat it, but he wanted to get rid of it, and he dumped it in a pond. And the fish ate everything in the pond. Everything. I don't know if it's the same fish that grows legs and it can walk out of the water and breathe normal air. But they've had terrible problems in the Everglades also with people who buy exotic pets, whether it's boas, any kind of snake. They buy like the little baby alligators, and then the thing grows and they decide that's enough and they dump it in the Everglades. And then you end up with problems in Florida, like serious problems. You see fucking alligators walking across a residential street. The snakes get out. They eat everything in sight. It's very, very dangerous. So you have to be very careful. Very careful. And I don't know what the hell is going on in Florida with exotic pets, but the most traumatic moment in the Joe Exotic documentary was in the beginning when some guy in a fucking van had a snow leopard that he was trying to sell to Joe Exotic. I don't believe that anyone should own an exotic animal. I don't believe that anyone, any amateur or just like a random person should own a tiger, a lion, an alligator, or anything else on private property that they can't control. And I guess that it's very, very cruel to the animal. A snow leopard does not fucking belong in Florida. That is why it is called a snow leopard. And it shouldn't be hauled around by some redneck meth head in a fucking van to be sold to some scumbag like Joe Exotic or the other two idiots who were running those exotic animal sanctuaries. Most of the time, they're owned by people who don't know how to take care of them properly. The animals suffer, and it is something that is really disgusting. So, absolutely. I mean, if you have to be very strict at border control, I totally get it.
And you're happy, then that's good too. But, big goal for 2025 is getting back into my workout routine just to feel good. Because I was really...
Just to feel good. Not to lose weight, just to feel good. Do you know why you feel good when you walk out?
Okay, thank you. I knew it was a snakehead, but you're right. The snakehead is different. It doesn't grow legs. That's another type of fish that scares me half to death. But yeah, the snakehead. And it was a real problem. It was a horribly invasive species. It created a major ecological nightmare. And you just never know. And so, yeah, absolutely, got to safeguard.
When you work out, apart from the endorphins, it's because you lose weight, so you do feel better. So it has got to do with weight. I thought you weren't talking about weight anymore on your channel. I thought you weren't talking about it anymore.
Getting after it before Vlogmas kicked my butt. So, and I was feeling really good too. So I'm excited to get back into that routine. So anyway, I'm just checking in. They're saying hello. But yeah, I'm gonna go to bed soon. And every day, hopefully I wake up and feel a little better, but I don't feel like I've turned the corner yet.
God forbid you cover your mouth.
So hopefully
cover your face is even better.
Tomorrow I wake up and feel
oh my God, the gels are gelling.
A little bit better, so I'll let you know. All right, I'm going to take a nice steamy shower.
Okay.
This is the towel warmer that Yara got me. So I have it unplugged just because I get paranoid. You just hold the button down, turn it on, and this is how long it will keep it warm for. I'm only going to take a quick shower, so
that's lovely.
Put in my towel, and it heats it all the way through. It's so good.
Oh.
He bought it on Amazon.
Oh, God, Negs, I think we need to get one of these things. It's something that you absolutely do not need, but it definitely enhances your quality of life just by that much. Sounds great. I love towel warmers in hotels. I thought that was a diaper bin, but sounds great to me.
I'll find the link and put it because it's amazing.
More fucking rubbish that you don't need. It's just, how much can someone have? How much can someone have? Seriously. And she's the one that talks about clutter.
So when I got out of the shower, it's going to be so nice.
Tomorrow.
Good morning. Happy New Year's Eve. I'm so sorry I look like this, but also
what's wrong
You're
with it?
You're not sorry. You look like that all the fucking time.
What's wrong with it?
You look like deaf all the time.
What?
You're not sorry.
She looks
you look
great.
Like shit all the time.
She looks cute.
You might feel that you look better when you feel better, but you don't. You still look crap. Sorry to tell you. No, I'm not sorry.
Does anyone really look cute when they're sick? Please.
Some people can still look cute when they're sick. You certainly don't. I don't. And you certainly don't.
Tell me.
Boy.
So today's New Year's Eve. I woke up today and I feel like for the first time, I feel like I did turn the corner. I think yesterday was the peak. And now today I feel 10% better. It's not that.
Oh my God. I just can't believe how many times she yawns on camera. She edits these guys so she can cut this out.
But
you know what's funny is that whether I'm sick or well, I can tell you that first thing in the morning, my hair is not beautifully styled like this. Okay? I don't do a Marvelous Mrs. Maisel routine where every night I wait until Negs goes to sleep and I style my hair and I wear it and then I go to sleep in makeup and then I wake up and I wash it off and then I put the makeup on so that when he wakes up, I have the hair going, it's all styled nicely, and I've got the makeup on. I don't do that. Maybe I should, but I don't because I'm lazy. #lazy. So if somebody can wake up and they can be sick and they can style their hair first thing, my hat is off to you. You are far, far more, I don't want to say ambitious, but you're engaging in self-care that I think is admirable. But just FYI.
But I'll take it. I am about to make some avocado toast.
But you're not a breakfast girly. You're not a breakfast girly. Something about your back tells me that you are a breakfast girly.
Oh, my God.
Could it be because you're the size of a fucking linebacker?
Oh my God.
We're gonna drink a shot. Yard also got me this.
And the size of your fucking refrigerator, my God.
What about it?
Cold pressed orange juice. And oh my God, this stuff hits different. It's so good. So this immune refresher shot is ginger, turmeric, and cayenne. This one's gonna be spicy. It is. A lot of this is good for being sick. So, cheers.
Yeah, but if you ate normal food and vegetables before, you wouldn't keep getting sick. You wouldn't need this. You don't just eat that and drink that when you need it. You need it all the time. You don't just have it when you're sick.
Not even think about it. Hey, anytime I have to do something, I'm like, you gave birth. You went through contractions.
According to you, you did. I still don't believe it.
Oh, okay. So she's still sticking. She is still sticking with the surrogate theory then. Okay. So we've seen a picture of Alex in the hospital with the baby on her, all hooked up to whatever she's hooked up to. But we still don't believe that she actually gave birth to that child. I don't, it's really, really interesting that they are dying on that hill. What do they have to gain from that? What purpose is there for continuing to push this surrogate conspiracy theory? I don't get it. Oh, she is, huh? Oh, well, there goes that high horse. All right.
Nothing will be worse than contractions. Nothing will be worse. We did it. What's on the agenda
I can think of something. Your face.
today, you might ask? More rotting, because I just want to get better. And as much as today I feel like I could maybe do a little something.
Oh, don't fucking blow your nose. Have we ever seen her blow her nose? Seriously, have we ever seen her get a tissue and blow her nose? She's always re-swallowing what's in her fucking nose. That's why she's always sick.
Not going to risk setting myself back. No way. No. I've done that before where I feel 2% better and I'm like, let's just say screw it and act like we're normal and healthy. And then I go backwards. So
You're never normal and you're never healthy. So there's no chance of that.
we're going to make some avocado toast. Where's my avocado? This avocado's so old. I really hope it's still got some life in it. Also, I'm ashamed to admit, I actually really like that eggnog Dr. Pepper. I had one last night. It was a little dessert. It was delicious. Oh, she's still.
It was like a little dessert.
Yeah.
It was like a little dessert.
Yeah.
So beaut. Amazing. I really thought that was going to go bad. Had that in there for a hot minute. A hot minute. All right, let's make some avocado toast.
But you're not a breakfast girly, so why are you having it? You're so full of shit.
I'm coming on here and looking at myself in the viewfinder and just being like, yeah.
You always look at yourself in the viewfinder because for some reason you think you actually look good.
Yeah. So one of my grandma's gifts I got her for her birthday, it got lost in the mail and they were nice enough to send another one. So it just came in and it's so funny.
She laughs for no fucking reason. What is so funny?
Oh my
I don't know
God.
why this is separate, but I got her a custom ornament. It's
Oh, gee, that would have cost you an arm and a fucking leg, wouldn't it? What a beautiful ornament for your grandmother.
Max. I got an ad for this and I just could not help myself. So it says the dog times, the troublemaker of the
We can read. We can read, and it's not that funny.
year.
It's
Max
cute.
tried to bite his loved ones.
Oh, my God.
What's now what?
She is such a fucking tight ass when it comes to her relatives.
What?
When it comes to her, she'll spend all her money.
Not like bite, but he nips sometimes. So
Oh, if only he nipped you.
it was just meant to be funny, but I did
It's
show
meant to be, and it's not.
her a picture of it since it didn't come in time. Oh, okay. They give you different choices so they give you wood, twine, gold, and then a red satin bow. I like the red. So yeah, the next time I go to my grandparents, I will bring this over. I did show her a picture of it though, and I showed my whole family. They were cracking up. So Max is a
Cracking up. It's so fucking hilarious, Alex. So hilarious.
troublemaker of the year. So
Wait a second. Priscilla P is religious? I thought that was Nella. I thought Nella was the godly one. So this woman is religious? I see. All right.
So it's 3:00. Anderson's going down for his next nap right now, and he'll be down for at least an hour and a half. So
God forbid he be awake. You might have to tend to him.
I was just thinking about what I'm gonna.
Wait. God forbid he be awake because you'd have to tend to him. Okay, so is it okay when the baby sleeps or is it not okay when the baby sleeps? You have to make up your mind. You said earlier that babies need to sleep. Now it's not good, or that she's happy that the baby's asleep because she doesn't have to tend to him. I'm having trouble following the logic here. I don't get it. Oh, she's hateful, Neg. She's awful.
do while he's asleep because like I can't sit on the couch any longer, you guys. I can't do it. Actually, I think I have some New Year's decorations in the basement from prior years, from years yonder. So I might just put it up for me and Yarman. I can't help myself. It's just who I am as a person. Why not? It's already in the house.
You're a fucking loser, is what you are, Alex. You're a loser.
You know what I mean? And then I saw someone comment about how the Sex and the City movie is a New Year's movie because of the stairs. I love a holiday, so see if I made it easy on myself from years prior. I'm gonna trim these little pieces, but here it is, all set.
Okay.
Now let's go down to the basement and see if I made it easy on myself from years.
Oh my God. Look at that head. Look at the profile.
What about it?
You can hardly see any of her nose anymore because her cheeks are so fucking fat. Top lip is almost non-existent. Bottom lip is a tiny bit there. And then you got the Peter Griffin in. Look at all that. I would just die if I looked like that after bariatric surgery.
Really?
I would. I just wouldn't want to be here. Put it that way.
Really? Okay. Well, if that's your attitude, if you're looking for post-surgery disasters, boy, oh boy, oh boy, do I have a long list of bariatric surgery fails or not quite successes that I could point you to. You want to see a woman whose skin looks like beef jerky, with horrible painted on eyelashes, who drinks her life away, and sits around lying and screeching into a camera while sitting in her garage, chain smoking, and basically killing her liver. See, I would die if I looked like that after plastic bariatric surgery. That would be my eternal shame if I looked like that. You put on a few pounds. They all do, though, don't they? Don't they all gain weight? I mean, at least the ones on YouTube do. I've seen very, very few real success stories with bariatric surgery who have lost a lot of weight and kept it off and not had terrible struggles or transfer addictions following the surgery. So I could give you a list. There are plenty of them. There's no shortage.
If I looked like that.
Years prior, I am so ready to take down Christmas.
That's such I would be so disappointed in myself.
So ready, but it's a task.
And I don't know how she just doesn't care. She just literally doesn't care that she's this size again.
Have to be ready for it. And look who got groomed today, handsome.
Oh, what a good boy.
Look at how handsome you are. You all blown out. Did you get a blowout at the salon?
What a good boy.
He's so soft. Oh, so soft, Pee Lou. And look at
Go
you.
fuck yourself. Pee Lou. You realise you sound like a fucking idiot. I mean, you always do, but even more so now.
You little winter
It
bandana.
makes absolutely no sense to call your dog that.
No.
Why? It's a dog. It's a dog. I have a dozen nicknames for Buggy. A dozen. So what? And they're all adorable, and you would probably cringe at them, and I don't give a shit because he's my baby.
Wow. Cute. Very cute.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
What a
He's
good
saying,
boy.
Let me go.
Okay, here's what I pulled up from the basement. Happy New Year sign. We've got 2 cups to make a little, not even alcoholic drink, but just a drink in our festive cups, and some hats to ring in the new year. So these are left over from last year, and it will just
Yeah, they look like the dunce hats. You should wear them all year round.
make us feel a little bit festive since we're just at home. Not that that's something we wouldn't normally do, but since I'm sick, I still want to feel a little festive.
Remind us again that you're sick, Alex. We haven't heard it 1,500 times during this video.
We're doing this? I thought it was going to be a chill night.
Did you see the way he went back from her? Let's just watch it again.
Uh-oh.
He hates when she touches him, and I don't blame him.
Oh, my
Since I'm
God.
sick, I still want to feel a little festive.
Just watch. Look at his eyes. He's already like a deer in the headlights, like she's coming towards me.
Oh.
Just watch his back. The way he moves back slightly when she's coming towards him.
We're doing this?
Oh, it's not his back. He moves his head. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Awkward. Oh my God. What
Okay.
is that? The fuck?
I thought it was going to be a chill night.
Look at the way he's looking at her. He's stiff as anything. He's like, get the fuck off me. She's hanging all over him all the time. She used to do the same to her ex, Alan. Hanging off him all the time. Oh my God. Oh my God. There literally is no neck anymore. It's gone. It
Okay.
really is a head on shoulders. Oh, dear Jesus. There's so many thumbnails in this.
Whatever happened to just...
Oh my God. That hump there.
Oh,
Look
here
at
we
it.
go.
Oh my God, just everything. How can you be attracted? Oh God, she's so ugly. Not that he's any fucking prize, but come on, he's still nicer looking than her. I'm sorry, he still is nicer looking than her. Look at her. Look at the size from here to here. Oh, and you don't need elastic around here for your chins. You really, really don't. We can already see them.
You know what? It doesn't surprise me. It didn't surprise me to discover that this woman is a big fan of French Fry Girl. You notice how similar it is. And I have a feeling that if they lived in the same country, this crazy bitch would be stalking her. I think she'd be one of those lunatics who went to the stores where Alex goes shopping. She would show up at the house. She would try to kidnap the dog. She would, be all up in Alex and Yar's life. I have absolutely no doubt of it. That is exactly the kind of person I think she is. Because apparently, even though she made some claim that she owned a salon and then she had to admit that she actually rents a chair in another salon. There's no shame in that. That's being a hairdresser. That's cool. I would never go to her in a million years. But I'm just saying that this is the attitude. This is how crazy this woman is. And as far as Yar flinching, getting the hat put on his head, that's a guy thing. It's a guy thing. I think that most guys would do it. I think most men object to having something incredibly stupid on their head unless they choose it themselves. Okay? That's just men.
Fucking hell. And yeah, guys, I do pick on her. And I pick on the way she looks because, number one, I can. Number two, it's my channel. If you don't like it, fuck off. And number three, it's because she's a fucking nasty person. She's a nasty, dirty, manipulative, PDF lover person. So,
oh, what a surprise. She's married, her husband is a cuck, and she berates him on camera when he makes noise while she's reacting. Well, that sounds delightful. What a charming home life. Just the right person to judge somebody else's relationship. This doesn't surprise me, T-Dub. This is exactly what I would have expected.
I pick on her weight even more. Yes. Yes, I do. So it's not just all about her weight. I'm not picking on anyone else about their weight, except this heifer here, who I'm reacting to. I'm not like this in normal life. Please don't think I go around judging people about their weight. I don't. It's
yeah, you do. That's all you do.
I cannot stand her. And because she deserves all the snark.
No, that's all you do.
Can give her.
Ordering takeout, just showing on the couch.
That's what the plan is.
What's that?
Yes, it is.
Baby.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's like I'm looking at a creature from the Blue Lagoon. Jesus Christ. Look at her. And she posts this, guys. She posts this.
Had a rough loudness.
Have a holly jolly new year.
Oh my God. He just does not want to be next to her. You can tell. He's like, get the fuck off me.
See you next year.
Okay, we are eating
Yeah, of course you are eating. What's fucking you?
dinner. We got some Chinese food. Of course, it's a staple for New Year's. We're trying to replace. We got a little bit of everything. And the scallion pancakes are phenom. Okay.
No, I don't get it. I just don't get what was in her plate, and she can eat that pancake thing as well. I just don't get it. I don't know how much she's actually stretched it. I mean, it must be to full capacity again, because you just can't eat like that. It just wouldn't go down. I've got the sleeve, and it wouldn't go down.
Here is the fortune for 2025.
Oh, I can tell you your fortune. I can tell you your fortune for that. You're still going to be the size of a land whale. If not, you're going to be the size of an elephant by the time this end of this year happens. I'll have to start saying baby elephant, not baby bison.
We just open all four and make that a consensus of do you like to eat these? You're not in on the fun. You will lead a rich and successful life. We're one for one.
That's what you want. That is what you want.
But, ma'am, can I just say something? She is leading a rich and successful life. She's making money. She lives in a beautiful home. She's married to a handsome man. They have a baby. I mean, I don't understand what there is to criticize here. She is leading a rich and successful life. Just because you don't like the fact that she shops so much. Well, she can afford to shop so much. Should she cut back? Probably. It's probably not a good idea to shop as much as she does. And shopping is a common transfer addiction after you've had weight loss surgery if you can't eat as much as you used to. Drugs, alcohol, sex, shopping, gambling, these are all transfer addictions that people have to deal with. Now, I don't know if she's I know that she was like this before she had the weight loss surgery too, but it is something that she should be aware of. I agree. I think that would be a good plan. But if she stopped shopping, you know what these bitches would say? Oh, she's gone broke. She spent all her money. Okay.
Because to you, rich in your mind and in your bubble is literally rich. Whereas rich should be, number one, having your health, number two, having your family and having your child. That's what the real richness is. But
that's what she has, though. But she has all that.
Never understand that because you're a materialistic bitch.
Come on.
That's what they all say.
No, mine are usually like insulting. Oh yeah. Okay, next one. Your future is a star guiding you through the night.
Ooh.
We're 2 for 2. Your future is a testament to your resilience.
Imagine if it was the same one.
Well, you know what's funny? I feel like they ordered like the positive pack. Because like normally I'd be getting some really weird ones. All right, last one. Perseverance is the key to success. These are all very good.
Do you notice how she said that one really quick? Perseverance is the key to your success. And she just didn't want to finish off that sentence. It's because you never persevere with anything. You never persevere with anything, just like that jigsaw puzzle and just like your exercise.
I like the last one.
I mean, if this is what we're going into 2025 with, I was just going to say 2023. How sad is that?
I know, right?
It doesn't
You are fucking sad.
feel...
2023.
And you know what else is sad? This ugly fucking decoration of a candle here with that. That's sad.
2025, man, we're old.
No. You just feel old because you're the size of a bison.
2025.
We're from the 1900s. Think about that. That's what the youth say.
Like somebody could be born in 2000 and be like over 20 years old.
Ugh.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh my god. We're gonna watch Squid Games. Anderson just went to bed, so...
Someone could
She's eating them all. She's not leaving any for him. She's eating them all.
be born in the 2000s and be over 20.
they could be 25.
They could be 25.
I hate that. We're 25.
We're forever.
Is she fucking serious? What the fuck?
Oh my god. We're gonna watch Squid Games. Anderson just went to bed, so...
Someone could be born in the 2000s and be over 20.
they could be 25.
They could be 25.
I hate that. We're 25.
We're forever 25. I'm just kidding.
Oh, no. She's just so fucking annoying.
I'm 32.
It doesn't matter.
She's 32. There you go. She's 32. But
And?
because she's had a baby, she thinks she's old. Because she's had a baby, she thinks that it's making her tired. It's got nothing to do with all that excess weight on her. It's got nothing to do that she looks like a land whale, a baby bison, and a legendary running back. That's got nothing to do with her being tired. No, not at all.
Can I just assure you, Angelina Ballerina, that we do not judge Australia based on this hideous woman? I mean, the other reactors in this sphere that have gained any kind of momentum are all American, and they're all equally hideous. So, no, we do not pass judgment on Australia. We love Australians. I would love to visit your country, except that I am absolutely terrified of the fucking wildlife that you have there. The size of your spiders makes me want to crawl inside my own skin. It is, I mean, I guess that everybody gets used to everything. I could not get used to those spiders. Why are the spiders so fucking huge in your country? What is going on? And I see people posting pictures. This thing is like hanging on the wall. It doesn't even look real. It looks like something that was created in Hollywood. And people are like, oh, look at the spider. Like, what are you talking about? That thing is enormous. Jesus Christ, what you people are capable of, like, accepting as normal. I mean, I guess you have no choice. But Jesus, it's amazing how resilient you all are. So fucking hell. I mean, and look, I'm not here to hate on spiders. They provide a vital role. They play a vital role. I read Charlotte's Web. I respect spiders. I think they're lovely in terms of what it is that they accomplish. But when you have a giant thing with those big hairy legs like that, oof, I don't know. That is a deal breaker for moi. It is terrifying. And just when I think I've seen it all, then some other Australian will post some other enormous fucking insect, and it's like, God damn it. Wow. I mean, you people, you know, I tip my hat to you for being able to accommodate, for being to live among those creatures.
Fucking hell. Annoying fuck. You guys know the drill.
Oh, and that's the other thing. Oh no, thank God that's over. Yeah, and that's the thing. These fucking kangaroos, that are absolutely enormous, and they're out there and they've got those big muscular chests, and they're like knocking aggressively on the windows of houses, or they are standing there and they've like kidnapped a guy's dog. I saw this one time too. The thing was huge, and it looked like Mike Tyson, giant muscles, big chest, and it was clinging on to the dog. The dog was terrified, and what this guy had to do to get the dog away from the kangaroo was incredible. I always thought kangaroos were adorable because I love looking at videos of joeys, and joeys get rescued, and the guy has to jump into a little bag, and then it gets cuddled by the human when the mom is no longer around or whatever. But then those fucking joeys grow into these monster sizes, and they're so strong. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Fucking hell. You see, these are Australia issues that we will never have to face. Wow, they are so strong. They're so strong and so scary. And actually, I'm going to close out with a kangaroo story that is absolutely true. When I worked at USA Today, my editor had come up through the Gannett system. So he had worked at all these little local papers before he got to USA Today. And he said that, I don't remember which state it was, and I don't want to, give the wrong state. But there was an incident where a kangaroo was being transported from point A to point B. And I think it was being taken from one zoo to another. I don't remember what it was. And the kangaroo escaped. And it was hopping around the town, lost. And it ended up hiding behind a dumpster. And it was a dumpster behind a bar. And a guy who was drunk left the bar. And, he walked by the dumpster, totally like not suspecting anything. And the kangaroo emerged from behind the dumpster and beat him half to death, kicked him and everything. And the guy, the police came because somebody called. They saw him laying in the alley and he was bleeding. And the police came and they said, "What happened? Who was the guy that did it?" And he goes, "It was a kangaroo." And he was drunk. And so the police thought that he was bullshitting, and they just kind of kept it moving. And then finally there were reports of this kangaroo that was on the loose in this little southern town. I think it was in the South. Can you imagine what a random occurrence? But yeah, they're strong as hell. They're strong and they're scary. And I'm a little bit concerned about them, quite frankly. Oh, of course I saw Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Not only did I see it, but I got a little bit concerned when I heard that they're doing a remake of it, and I don't want a remake of it. I think that they're going to try to bring all the originals back, and it has possibilities, but the original was so good that I just, and all the actors, I guess, are still alive, so they're going to bring them all back and do it again. No. You can't top the original. I mean, if they come up with a good story, why not? But I'm not about that life. No. It was either a remake or it was going to be like a sequel to it, and I disapprove of both, even though Guy Pearce would be cute to see once again prancing around in drag. But I just, no. Not about that life. All right, you guys. Well, I'm done here. Thank you so much for dealing with this pain together. I appreciate all of you. And I thank you all for being here. Thanks for the donos, and thanks to my beloved for the 5 memberships and all of it. And I will see you guys the next time. Thank you so much, and I will see you later.